right, welcome to your strength and conditioning, and today it is all superset training, which means we're gonna take two moves, we're gonna put them back to back, and we do each superset twice. We're gonna do 45 seconds of work with a 15-second break, and superset number one is legs, number two is back and chest, number three, we go back to those legs, and then we do arms, and we got core to finish off. But before we get into our supersets, we gotta warm up. So we got 10 jumping jacks. Whether you wanna do 10 high or 10 low impact jacks, totally up to you. And then once you've done 10, we're gonna alternate 10 front lunges. Keep the lunge nice and small. We're just getting those hips, knees, ankles warmed up, ready to rock and roll. We're gonna do 10 lunges total. So 5 on the left and 5 on the right. Dropping that back knee, still keeping eyes and chest up, and core is always engaged. Once you have done your 10, we'll do leg swings front to back. If you need to hold on to something for balance, find a wall, a back of a chair, or a couch. But eyes on a focal point will help with your balance. Keep your abs nice and tight. Swing the arms with the legs, doing 10 swings on each side. And once you have done 10 leg swings, we're gonna come down onto the floor, high plank or push-up position. And if you find coming right down onto the floor, it's just not an option right now, you can always elevate those hands onto a workout bench, a nice solid coffee table, first or second step of a staircase. The higher you get the hands off the floor, the easier this spider climb rotation is going to be. So high plank or push-up, on our hands, on our toes, take one foot, step it nice and wide. Take that same hand, open up to the ceiling. Step that foot back, same thing, other side. Make sure your eyes follow the hand, opening up through that shoulder, chest, and the hip, doing 10 rotations total. So 5 on the left and 5 on the right. And once you have done your 10 rotations, stay down in this high plank position, and we'll finish off with either 10 plank toe taps or 10 plank jacks. So we're either gonna jump or step those feet out to the side, 10 reps total, and then we're gonna rock and roll with our very first superset, which is legs. Now you can do the very first exercise of the leg superset body weight, which happens to be split lunges. Perfect. So move number one, 2 dumbbells, 1 or none. 1 leg to the front, 1 leg back. Nice tall posture. We're gonna drop the back knee and come on up. So we're gonna do 45 seconds on each leg. Then you can use a kettlebell, 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, and we're gonna get ourselves set up to do our straight leg deadlifts. So grab whatever weight you need or would like to start with. Pick a leg, left or right for me, and we're gonna get right into this. So 1 leg to the front, 1 leg to the back. Roll the shoulders back for me. Get those eyes onto a focal point. It's gonna help with your balance. And we're gonna drop that back knee down as far as you can to the floor, keeping those abs always engaged. And we're gonna push the floor away with the heel of the front foot. Now, if you're starting off with 2 dumbbells and then you just find that it becomes too much, you can't keep good form, then simply drop one of your weights down, hold the other one goblet style. And then if you need to take it down another notch, simply finish off body weight until the timer goes off. Good. All right, shake out those legs because we got to do the same thing on the other side. And if you used weight on one leg, you got to keep the same weight on the other leg. All right, we got 5 seconds. Let's get set up. Grab your weights, pull those shoulders back, drop that back knee, push the floor away with that front foot, getting as deep into that lunge as you can, and always keeping those abs nice and engaged. Good. And remember, you can drop down from 2 dumbbells down to 1. You can go body weight. Whatever you need to do to get through the 45 seconds without stopping. So what I don't want you to do is like, oh my gosh, my legs, I'm done, I'm tapping out. Try and keep pushing through, just make those weight adjustments. I only need 10 more seconds, and then we go into our deadlifts in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 15 seconds, deadlifts, 2 dumbbells, a kettlebell, whatever you have access to. But I need the weights in front, knees soft, and then pull those shoulders back for me. Push your butt back. Keep your eyes up. Nice neutral spine as you shave the legs with your dumbbell. So as you come down, I don't want this starting to happen. I want you to push the butt back, roll the shoulders back, and keep your weight super close to the legs. Come down as far as you can to the shoelaces. You should feel a nice stretch in that hamstring. And then we're gonna squeeze those glutes as we stand back up. I need about 10 more seconds, and we're gonna rinse and repeat. One more time, starting with those split lunges in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So if you wanna make a weight change, now's the time to do it. Heavier, lighter, keep it the same. You got 5 seconds. One leg to the front, one leg to the back. Keep those shoulders back, eyes up. Drop that back knee. Keeping your weight through the heel of your front foot, because you're gonna push the floor away with that heel to stand back up. Now you can always slow this down, so do a rep, take a pause, do another rep, take a pause, or make those weight changes as you go along. Just don't stop, keep pushing through. This is our last time with the split lunges. We got 15 seconds left. We'll shake the legs off, grab a quick drink if you need it, and we'll get set up on the other side. All right, we're almost there. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good, shake it out. Whoops, grab a quick drink if you need it. All right, let's get set up. We got about 5 more seconds before that timer goes off. So we're gonna switch those legs out. Shoulders are back. Tighten up those abs. Drop that knee. Good. Push the floor away with that front foot. You got it. Last time here. One more round with those deadlifts. And again, if you need to go heavier or lighter, you have about 15 seconds to make that weight change before we rock and roll. And then we'll do a bigger water break between each superset. And then that way I can explain and you guys can catch your breath and grab water. We have about 10 seconds. We're gonna get set up for the deadlift in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last time here. 2 dumbbells, kettlebell, whatever you want. You can even do deadlifts body weight, but I need you to soften the knees, pull the shoulders back. Here we go. Push that butt back. Make a butt print in the wall behind you. Keeping your eyes are looking kind of down and in front so that we can keep that nice neutral spine as we shave the legs with our weights. Getting that nice stretch in the hamstring. Squeezing those glutes as you stand back up. You got it, last time here. And then we get to move on to back and chest. We will need a mat and we will need 2 dumbbells for bent over back rows. We have about 10 more seconds here. You got it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, grab a quick drink. 2 dumbbells for me. We're gonna soften the knees. We're gonna push those hips back. You have 3 options with the rows. So hips are back, shoulders are back, my abs are engaged. So option 1, go wide with the elbows. Option 2 is to twist, a little bit easier. Option 3, keep it nice and neutral or narrow, which is your easiest version yet. All right, so grab your 2 weights. Timer's gonna go off in about 5 seconds. So let's get set up. Knees are soft, hips back, shoulders back. So remember, you can go wide. Option 2 is to twist, a little bit easier. Option 3, keep it nice and narrow or neutral. Either way, I want you to think of driving those elbows up and back. You're going to feel that upper to mid back contract as you pull the elbows back. That's what I need you to feel. You can even hold the elbows up for an extra second before releasing. If that helps you feel that contraction a little bit better, I need about 10 more seconds, and then we get to hit the deck. We're doing push-ups for chest. Knees, toes, feel free to elevate the hands. There it is. Now, if you elevate the hands off the floor, the higher the hands are off the floor, the easier the push-up will be. All right, hit the deck. Hands and toes. Or hands and knees. So we're gonna drop that chest down and push away from the floor. I want you to tuck that pelvis in so my abs are engaged, my glutes are tight. I'm moving as one solid piece, keeping my hips nice and square to the floor. My eyes are on the floor. You got it. Do maybe 1 or 2 from the toes and then drop down to the knees to finish off. Or you could do as many as you can from the knees and then elevate the hands off the floor to finish off. But I need about 10 more seconds, and we need to do each move one more time. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So if you want to make a change in your weight for the back rows, you have about 10 seconds to make that happen. Remember, you can go wide, twisting, or narrow, or do a combination of all 3. Knees soft, push your butt back. Here we go. Driving those elbows up and back, keeping that nice neutral spine. So I'm not letting my back round out as I pull the elbows up. Hips back, shoulders back, belly button pulled in. Good, feeling that upper to mid back contract, you got it. Last time with these rows, let's make every rep count. Keeping those abs nice and tight for me, come on. I need about 15 more seconds, and then we're gonna get set up for the push-ups. Knees, toes, hands up off the floor, whatever works for you to get through the 45 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and hit the deck. Good. All right, I want you to start with the hardest version, even if you just do 1 rep, and then make it easier as you go through the 45 seconds. Let's pop it up. Tuck that pelvis in, drop that chest. Eyes are on the floor. Your back is holding a tray of drinks that you cannot spill. Keeping those hips square to the floor and dropping that chest as much as you can between the hands. You got it. Don't worry about your speed. Don't worry about how many reps you do. I want good form before speed. I need about 15 more seconds. We're gonna pop it up. We're gonna go back to the legs for our next superset in about 10 seconds. Feel free to grab a drink, and I'll explain superset number 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so grab some water for me. We're gonna do a sumo squat and then a glute hip bridge. So we're still gonna need your mat. And the glute hip bridge can be done body weight as well if you prefer. But the sumo squats, I need the feet wide and toes slightly turned out. 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, or a kettlebell if you have one. Kettlebells sometimes are a little bit nicer to work with in this position, but it's whatever you got. Okay, here we go. Feet wide, toes out, weight in front. Keep those shoulders rolled back for me. All right, side view. Push those hips back. Keep your eyes and chest up. Sitting as deep as you can. Thinking of pushing those knees out as you sit down. And just watch that you don't start to do this and then come up. Sit, sit, sit. Push the floor away with those heels. Squeezing your butt as you stand up. Just make sure your heels are wider than the hips. I need about 10 more seconds. We're gonna come down on the floor, on your back. If you want to add a weight across the hips, you are more than welcome to do that, but you do not have to. Good. All right, hit the deck for me. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Add that weight across the hips if you want. And what we're gonna do is push through the heels, and we're gonna push our hips up to the ceiling. So we're gonna push, come up, 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 onto those shoulder blades. You should feel those glutes tighten up. Come on down, tap the floor, squeeze and lift again. So it is the glutes that are lifting the hips, which is why I want you to keep your weight shifted back onto the heels. And when you come up, your knee should be at about a 90-degree angle, give or take. You don't want to get the heels in too close. You're going to feel more quads, which is not what we want. Or if your feet are out too far, you're going to feel more hamstring versus glutes. All right, 5 more seconds, 1 more of each, starting with that sumo squat. Perfect. Rock and roll, my friends. Come on up. So remember, 2 dumbbells or 1. You can do this 100% body weight. If you have a kettlebell at home, feel free to use it. Feet wide, toes out. Here we go. Roll those shoulders back. Look straight ahead for me. And take your time. See if you can sit a little bit deeper here on round 2. You're nice and warmed up now. Good. And if you find that you need to just drop the weight as you go through the 45 seconds, totally fine. Go for it, do it. Whatever allows you to keep going and not quit. Good, we're more than halfway there. One more time with that glute hip bridge, with or without the added weight. I need about 10 more seconds. Come on, grab a seat, squeeze that butt as you stand. Good, in 5, 4, 3, 2, there it is. All right, meet me on the floor. We got 10 seconds. Add that weight if you like across those hips. Get your feet set up. We're gonna push through the heels again. Come on up. Squeezing that butt. Tap the floor, squeeze and lift again. Good. See if you can get onto those shoulder blades a little bit higher on round 2. And again, feel free to hold at the top for an extra second before dropping those hips back down. Good. You got it, you got it. Last time here, then we get to stand up. We'll grab a quick drink. We're gonna move on to arms next. So we're gonna need 2 dumbbells for some in and out bicep curls, and then 1 or 2 dumbbells for overhead tricep extensions. All right, 2 seconds. There it is, nice work. All right, come on up, grab a drink, grab some water. And I'll show you what these in and out bicep curls look like. So I need your palms to face up, knees soft, shoulders are rolled back. So we're gonna do 1 bicep curl to the shoulder. Then I want you to externally rotate out, nice and wide, for that out bicep curl. So that's in, that's out. We alternate between the 2 positions, and then we're gonna flow into some overhead tricep extensions, which can be done with 1 dumbbell or 2 as we punch the ceiling and come back down. All right, you ready? You got 2 dumbbells, palms are up, knees soft, tuck that belly button in, and I want you to glue the shoulders in place. My shoulders are not moving. Everything is through that elbow joint. Take your time going from one position to the next, from the narrow to the wide, keeping those knees soft and eyes straight ahead. So don't look down at your feet. Good. Now, if you need to make this easier, you can always alternate. So you would do 1 in, 1 out, other side. 1 in, 1 out. So I need about 5 more seconds. We're gonna get set up for our triceps. Whew. So you can take 2 lighter dumbbells and glue them together, or you can grab onto 1 heavier, whatever works best for you. But we're gonna bring the weight behind the head, and I need you to tuck those elbows in for me. Knees are soft, again, tighten up those abs. I want you to punch the ceiling and then come straight back down and punch. You should be able to see your elbows in your main line of vision the whole time, which means you're not letting them wander out to the side. We're keeping them pulled in nice and tight. My knees are soft, my abs and glutes are tight. I've tucked that pelvis in, and you can always stagger the stance as well if that feels more comfortable for you. We have about 15 more seconds and one more of each. Good. Last 10. So if you want to go heavier or lighter for those in and out curls, you'll have 15 seconds to make that change. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. In and out curls. Heavier, lighter, keep it the same. Knees are soft, roll the shoulders back, turn those palms up, tuck that belly button in. So much to remember. Here we go. 1 in, come out on a 45. Good. Take your time as you go from in to out. Again, there's no rush. There's no set number of reps you need to do in the 45 seconds. Focus on good form, keeping those abs and glutes nice and tight, and not swinging the dumbbells up with the body. Good. We are more than halfway. One more time with those overhead tricep extensions. 1 superset left, which is core. Good. All right, 10 more seconds, come on. And then if you wanna go heavier or lighter for your triceps, you got 15 seconds to figure that out. In 3, 2, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go up a little bit for my triceps. So again, 1 dumbbell or 2, knees are soft. I'm gonna tuck that pelvis in so I can feel my abs and glutes tighten up. Bring my elbows in and then punch my ceiling. Good, I can see my elbows the whole time. They're not flaring out to the side. And like I said, if you wanna stagger your stance, nothing changes. My pelvis is still tucked, my glutes and abs are still tight. I've just done an offset position. Good. We're almost halfway through these triceps. We're gonna grab a quick drink. We're gonna come down onto the floor. Move number 1 can be done with or without added weight. We start with some abdominal toe touches, and then we get to flip it over and hold the plank. Good. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. I'm gonna grab something a little lighter for those toe touches. So come on down onto the floor. I'm gonna show you a few options for this. So we're gonna bring our feet up towards the ceiling. Option 1 is with the dumbbell. So we're gonna extend the arms and we're gonna reach the dumbbell up towards our feet. Option 2, same thing, no dumbbell. If this bothers your neck, I want you to bring your hands behind the head, still lifting through the shoulders like you are reaching your hands towards the toes. All right, are we ready? We got 7 seconds and we're gonna rock and roll. So feet up, push your back down into the mat with or without added weight. We're gonna drive that back down into the mat. And it is the abdominals that are lifting the shoulders, reaching those hands towards your shoes. Good. I'm gonna drop the weight. Good, you got it. Keeping your chin tucked, or like I said, keeping the hands behind the head. Now you can hold for an extra second and then release, up and hold, and then release. But I need about 10 more seconds. And we're gonna flip it over. Everybody's on their forearms, either from the knees or toes. And we're gonna hold the plank. Flip. I'm gonna fold this up a little bit. So I need everybody on their forearms for me, whether you choose knees or toes, or maybe both. So let's pop it up. So bring the hips down, tuck that belly button in. So my abs and glutes are nice and tight. My eyes are on the floor, keeping those hips nice and square. My back is nice and flat in that nice neutral position. And then you just go to your happy place. That's all you gotta do. I want you to hold from the toes if you can, even if it's literally for 5 seconds, and then you can drop down to the knees to finish. not a big deal. But when you're on your knees, your pelvis is still tucked in. Good, all you've done from the knees is shorten your lever and take some of your body weight out of the equation. All right, we got 5 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, flip it over. One more of each, starting with that toe touch crunch. With weight, without weight, hands behind the head. All right, I'm gonna go hands behind the head here on round 2. Here we go. Lift, I'm gonna hold for a second, come back down. So even when I lower my upper body back down to the mat, I am not letting my back arch up off the floor. I'm still keeping it pressed down. And then I'm just increasing that tension in the abdominals to crunch up and lift the shoulders. That's all I'm doing. Good. So do not worry about how high you sit up. Focus on keeping that back pushed down into the mat the whole time. And I need about 10 more seconds. And then we flip. Last time with that plank hold, knees or toes. Everybody's on their forearms. There it is. Flip. I need 45 more seconds. That is it. And then we get to stretch. Okay, 5. So let's get ourselves set up. We're on our forearms, knees or toes. I'm gonna challenge everybody to be on their toes. Pop it up. Tuck that belly button in. Keep those shoulders down. I want you to hold it here as long as you can. Like I said, even if it's only for 5 seconds, and then drop it down if you need to. Come on. Stay with me. You're gonna go to that happy place. You're gonna get through it. We're halfway through these 45 seconds. Come on. If you can do the first half, you can do the second half. Come on, fight through it. 15 seconds, come on. You know you get to have a drink and we get to stretch. Last 10. Come on, I'm gonna count you down. You ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop it. Nice. Grab some work for me, grab some water for me, flip it over. Actually, that's not true. Let's stay here. Let's stay here. So I'm on hands and knees. I'm gonna walk my hands out here slightly, and then I want to drop my hips down into what's called a cobra. So I'm gonna let my feet relax. I'm gonna let my hips sink towards the floor, and I'm gonna bring my eyes up towards the ceiling. Getting a nice stretch through the abdominals, holding it here for maybe 1, 2 big deep breaths. Once you have done that, I want you then to sit back onto your heels into child's pose. Reaching those hands out in front, like there's something in front of you that you want to grab. Getting a nice stretch through the lats, that nice wide back muscle. And then we're gonna go right back into that cobra. So we're gonna shift our weight forward, hips come down, eyes come up, good. Holding it here, 1 to 2 nice big deep breaths. See if you can sink a little bit deeper into this position. And then one more time with that child's pose, sitting it back onto those heels, reach those hands out in front for me. And then from this position, I want you to walk your hands either to the left or to the right side of the mat, getting a little deeper into that one side of the back. And then walk back to the center and then to the other side. Nice, and then back to the middle. See if you can reach those hands out a little further. And then we're gonna shift our weight back into our tabletop position. So we're on our knees, we're on our hands. We're gonna take one arm, we're gonna thread the arm under, drop the shoulder, and then drop the hip. I want you to find that stretch around the back of the arm for me. So play around with the angle of the body so that you can feel that stretch around the back of the shoulder. And then once any tension in that shoulder is gone, come back up onto your tabletop, and same thing on the other side. Once you have done both shoulders, we're gonna shift back up into our tabletop position. Flex the feet for me. I want you to push those hips up, heels into the floor, head between the shoulders, and we're gonna pedal out the feet, getting into those calves a little bit. And then from here, I want you to bring one leg up towards the ceiling, bring that knee to the same wrist. Slide the back leg back. We're gonna get set up into pigeon. Now you can stay up nice and tall as we stretch out through that hip, or you can work your way down closer to the floor to go deeper into that hip stretch. Again, just holding it here, just hanging out, breathing through it until any tension in that hip is gone. And then we're gonna push our butt back up into that pike or down dog position. Good. So whenever you're ready, flex that back foot, push your hips up. You can pedal out the feet again a little bit if that feels good. Bring the other leg up to the ceiling. Bring that knee to the same wrist. Slide that other leg back. You can stay tall, or you can work your way down to the floor. Just noticing if one hip feels a lot tighter than the other, because you can always go back and do the tighter side again. So just go hang out, breathe through it, let any tension just fade away. And then we're gonna bring ourselves back up into that downward dog position. We're gonna pedal out those feet one more time, and then we're gonna walk our feet towards our hands. Hang like a rag doll. I want you to separate or arch up through the back. So separate those shoulder blades for me, a nice mid-back stretch, and then slowly start to stand it up vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing those shoulders down and back for me. We're gonna interlace those hands. Let's open up through the chest. So shoulders down, chest out, getting a nice stretch through the chest and the front of the shoulders. And then from here, give yourself a nice pat on the back. Let's push those elbows back. Nice quick tricep stretch. And then just switching sides whenever you're ready. And we've got one stretch left, which is our quads. So if you need to hold on to something for balance, find a wall or a back of a chair or couch. We're gonna grab an ankle, glue the knees together, and then push that hip forward. I want you to feel the stretch right up into that hip flexor. And again, just hold it here until any tension in that quad is gone. And then you'll just simply switch sides whenever you are ready. So knees together, push that hip forward. And again, is one quad feel tighter than the other? Do you need to go back and do another side again? And once you have done both legs, you are good to go, my friends. Way to go with your superset workout today. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I cannot wait to see you in the next workout.